Right, so refreshed. I drank my brisk iced tea. Now I'm ready to go for another ride. I'm probably gonna head back towards Sanibel factory stores, but thinking this nice cloud here. Probably gonna go back down Tarpon Bay towards the beach. Oh man, there is a nice, cool to cold downdraft happening right now. Oh man, there's a cool downdraft. This is the only cloud around too. Oh man, that is a cool breeze. I'm sweating because of the cold brisk iced tea I just drank. With the cool breeze, oh, it's heaven. I look at that, the shade is ending right up here. It's terrible. Well, we'll see how far this cloud floats with us. Looks like it's going in our direction. Look, now the shadow is way up by Periwinkle. It's kind of nice. Behind me there's still shade. But look, straight ahead of us, a blue sky. There's clouds way out there on the horizon. That's probably off of Marco Island. In that direction, that'd be Key West. You can just go straight. Tarpon Bay, going straight, we go right to go to Key West. Back in the sun. Alright. Yeah, 7-Eleven hardly does any business anymore. That was silly of them giving up their gas pumps. People are forgetting that it's I can probably rent half that store as a real estate office. That'd be ideal, actually. Terrible. Alright, thank you. It's a good restaurant down here too. This is a pretty good, inexpensive dinner restaurant. At least last time I was in there was like 20 years ago. There's Bailey's on the left-hand side. I'm just surprised Bailey's hasn't done more. You know, like Jerry's built a huge monolith building. You think Bailey's that make so much money, they would have done the same thing, but no. I guess they're just content with what they have there. Oh man, this breeze is heaven. It's not cold like the downdraft, but you get a nice headwind. Hello? I love this canopy. Blocks the sun, allows the cool air to stay in here longer. A little protection for rain too and lightning. It's good. So look at the asphalt, it rained up here. cools down the air a little bit. That was one of the nicer wooden bridges. Still surprised they don't make that out of plastic. That bridge there, they can easily take apart, take out the wooden beams, which are a good 2 inches thick. Put nice plastic beams in this place. Well, this rainstorm is actually washing the wheels for a little bit until I bicycle back on the beach. Sure, I'm going to go on the beach. If it's high tide though, I won't be able to, but I can at least go out and take a look. See, here's a bathroom facility too. It's not too far to the beach here, you can walk easy. A lot of people get that rain going. It's good leaving the beach. But I mean, fine, this rain is only 5-second rainstorm. I mean, it rained heavy here for 5 seconds, if ever it did. It's just cooled down everything. It's soft. Oh, I almost made it back onto the carpet, but that's like 20 more yards. Oh, there we go. Tide? It's kind of weird. It looks high a little bit. There's still a rain cover too falling there. I have a thin hair. Tide looks like high. I don't know, it's gonna be close.
Look at all those oysters and clams. Downshifted. The water's good because the water takes the air out of the sand past the sand. Yeah, it is approaching high tide. So I'll probably get more soft sand coming up. I can feel the sand getting softer. too high. It's tide surf's coming in, it's too high. Alright. Looks like this arrived. It looks like I have a problem. My back wheel. My back wheel is shifted. This spells bad news because I have a long way to bicycle if we get back home. But the back wheel has shifted a bit. Now the brake is touching it. I think. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's touching now. Sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So this is gonna spell the end for the bicycle ride. So now I'm just gonna aim to get back to Sailboat Factory Stores. It looks like I have a back tire that is shifted a little bit, and it could be the sand that's touching that's causing half the problems. But I'm gonna call the bike or bike ride because this could be something more sinister. Great. Alright, that's the end of the video. I do a little check stuck chain issue. This issue here. Chain has jumped. Too bad. So we can't go through water. Alright. Yeah, this is the tire did shift a little bit. Must have hit a must put all my weight down and the sand had shifted, so I put the weight lopsided on the wheel. It caused the wheel to shift a little bit. Thought I tightened this wheel up tight enough, but it's not. It's bicycling okay right now. But we'll keep it off the beach because it's kind of high tide. I don't want to run into that situation again. I was riding on soft sand as it was. Alright. There we go. Right. Alright, well, keep the video rolling then.
I'll probably get home, oil the bike up, and then readjust the wheel, because the wheel it's not running perfectly center in the back anymore. It's there's a little kink in it. So you can feel that kink too. It's not touching anything per se. It was with the sand on it. Without the sand on it, it seems to be running okay right now. But you can feel that little oscillation taken away. It's not perfectly cutting through the air. So a little wobble like that is going to cause a problem if I don't fix it right away. So, oh, nice cool breeze. Oh wow. That is necessary. Maybe that's a sign of things to come. Maybe this cloud up there is about to hit. Oh wow. Let's see. I'm gonna take this is Sanibel. I'm gonna take Sanibel all the way to Pyramid, because I rarely take that. I always bail out and go down Middle Gulf Drive, or I take Algiers to Middle Gulf Drive. I think this time I'm gonna take this road all the way. Periwinkle. Last time I did that, wow, that must have been about 30 years ago. Oh wow, did you see the iguana? It was like right in front of me. Ran into the woods. That one was about 3 feet long, not 4 feet, but it's still pretty large. The front tire is running pretty straight. The back tire's got a little tiny kink in it. Take that out. Fix that. Yeah, it looks like Panorama is getting hit with a little bit of rain right now too. That'd be nice though. The bicycle through that, get nice and cooled down. I mean, I'm still pretty cool with all the brisk iced tea I just had. It still hasn't worn off yet. It will worn off when I start going over the causeway. That's for sure. Land on both sides of the road here available. If you're looking for property, this is where to buy. This is called the Sanibel Islands area. Alright, now we're back in the shadow of the cloud. Nice. I've seen this guy at the gas station. He's picking up the bikes. No Gulf Drive. We're still in Sanibel. Again, this is the economical place on Sanibel to buy. Oh, this would be the absolute dirt cheapest area you could find on Sanibel, anywhere, right in this vicinity. This is inland to the point where you can minimum you gotta take a bicycle to go to the beach, or if not a car. Most of the roads are sand, but still with that said, it's still a good investment. You're pretty much safe from hurricanes per se in this area, because this is one of the highest points in Sanibel. You're between 6 and 10 feet above sea level. So storm surge will have to be really enormous, like a 15-footer to flood you here. The problem is these major trunk lines, we call them trunk lines, they're not really trunk lines, these are like residential street lines. So if you lose power on this, even if you have a submerged power line, you're
still looking at, if a hurricane hit through this area, you'd still be looking at about a week of loss of power. So you need your own home generator, or better yet, solar panels. And believe me, the most crucial thing in Florida is air conditioning. It's not the refrigerator. You could live on a grill, dry food on a grill, but you can't live in this sweltering, mosquito-infested weather. You have to live in air conditioning. It takes out the humidity, takes out the mosquitoes. Definitely. Without air conditioning, forget it. Florida would just be a winter. That's it, honeymoon. 2 weeks. That's it. You're back up north. Hello. So in other words, you want to get enough power you could generate emergency standby that could run your home AC. My home AC is one of the older varieties. I don't have an aluminum roof. What you need is an aluminum roof with 3/4 inch sticky back underneath that, on top of a nice 1 inch wooden ply roof wood. And if you're even going further, spray the underside of that plywood roof in the attic with 2 inches of spray foam. Then you're going to get good insulation. And if you could put solar film on top of that, aluminum panels or aluminum roof, perfect. You can generate electricity that way. Nice. That's the ideal roof. Until they get full, those plastic solar, they have some that are 6 inches thick that generate electricity. They're like Snap-on. Those things are ideal. Not only do they generate electricity, but they're solid when it comes to a hurricane. Your roof will stay on. And if that's the case, they won't leak. They're made out of plastic. They have between a 50 and 100 year life. It costs a little bit, but it generates electricity, and your electric panels won't fly away with a hurricane. That's important, because if you buy a roof and then you put solar panels on top of it, two things can go wrong. One, the roof can start leaking, and then you have to replace the roof, and now what are you going to do with the solar panels? You're going to have to replace them, or hire someone to put that roof back on correctly. Or two, the solar panels go bad, and someone's got to put new solar panels on and then hook them into the existing wiring. Well, if you have the solar roof I'm talking about that's integrated, it's a 6 inch Snap-on roof. It's already insulated, it's already waterproof. It'll never fly away because it's locked. Your entire roof would have to fly away. So maybe it would be rated to 160, 170 miles per hour, which is, for the most part, perfect. That suits just about all conditions here in Florida. And Hurricane Charlie, we had 130 mile per hour winds. Hurricane Irma, Hurricane Wilma, 140 mile per hour winds. So luckily we didn't have the Hurricane Donna, 160, 170 mile per hour winds. But, Donna's like a once in a century storm. It happened in 1960. So maybe the next one will happen in 2060. So another 40 more years. So if you buy a house now, you're going to think about, well, you better buy a house with a good roof. Because really 2006 was the last year we had significant hurricanes. We had one, the 2015 Hurricane Irma. That was significant, but it wasn't as bad. Wilma, believe it or not, was worse. And Tropical Storm Keith in 1985, that brought a storm surge to Sanibel. That was actually really bad. But actually, it wasn't 85. I think it was 89 or 1990 or something. That was really bad. That had a 6-foot storm surge. First floor of all Shell Harbor was almost wiped out. If you had a first-story condo, it was ruined. All the drywall, all the walls, all the carpeting, all the appliances, All the electrical outlets were all ruined by salt water. If you had second floor, you were smart. It's only if the first floor, if the foundation was compromised, then of course your second floor would be compromised, obviously. Mud bugs. Oh, they're really crowded. Smells good too. Right. Oh, so it's cloudy out and we're under our canopy. It's getting kind of dark. It's nice. Yeah, when I get home, I have a couple of house chores here. I gotta do some laundry, but get the laundry done first. But and then I got 3 generators in the backyard. I gotta work on. Probably tackle that right after that. Most of them are just cleaning out the gas tank, checking the oil, and cleaning out the fuel lines. It's not gonna be that stuff. We're talking maybe 20 minutes a generator. Then, I don't know. Got some program we gotta write. Gotta write some of that. Alright, this is Donax. This is the Middle Gulf Drive. And thank you, cloud, obscuring that sun. It's maybe about 89 degrees outside right now instead of 98 degrees. In fact, to tell you the truth, it feels like about 85 out right now with this cloud. I mean, I could look ahead of me. I could see the Sanibel factory outlet area along with possibly Ponderassa has these clouds extending the whole length of the way. Maybe just on the outer, maybe first Sanibel Island, I'm gonna hit some sun. Otherwise, it'll be an enjoyable ride across the bridge. Hopefully, there'll be some downdrafts from the cloud too. Yeah, Huckster's, when we used to go in there, I'm pretty sure that was the store with the big long pretzels. They had 1-foot-long pretzels, and if you were a little kid, you got one. It was awesome. But I think they did away with that in the mid-'80s. Yep. One person gets a flat tire, so all of them have to walk their bike. I'd be the man. I would give the woman the bike. If she could ride it, and I would just walk with the bike. In fact, they're going the wrong way because the gasoline station with the air is right over here, so they would have been better off. I mean, unless they're returning the bikes, and they're going to return it with a flat like that. I would at least go back to the air pump. If they didn't already, who knows, maybe they did. I would try to inflate it from there. Maybe it has a real leak in it then. The air is going to leak out before they, almost once you leave the gasoline station, it'll be gone. The Lazy Flamingo has a good, I wouldn't call it cheap menu, but affordable. Sanibel Captiva Bank again, I love it. John R. Wood. He is lucky. I don't know what's going on over here, but that would have made a good real estate office. There's the gas station I'm talking about for free air. I'm not going to stop. I got enough air to get back. So right about now, I'm starting to. I still feel the iced tea in my system, so I know I still have some, but it's starting to register low. So it's almost been totally processed, but I still have some. Yeah, I guess the police guy left. Here he is. Hello. Pretty good.
Good to go.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Wow. Oh, the cloud shadows have, and the faster I drive, the more tunnel vision you see, the more that wind is hitting me. That nice 78-degree wind. Oh, it's so heavenly.